What's going on YouTube? Brandon Lachuga here. Welcome to 303 Streets. If you haven't checked out my channel before, welcome again, once again. But the point of this channel is I do a bunch of videos on cars and the performance. Not only that, I do videos on how well the vehicles do or how they handle. Being in Colorado, the snow, as you can see, my windows are all snowy. So I'm actually doing a review today on the Dodge Nitro and how it does in the snow. So again, if you haven't checked out the channel, check it out. There's videos on the Nitro, how to do oil changes, how to do the brake pads, spark plugs, rotors, all that kind of great stuff. But the point of this video here today is to tell you how, the Dodge Nitro performs in the snow. So that being said, sorry this is so shaky, oh my goodness. Again, the snow doesn't help with the shaking and stuff. So anyways, today, as like I said, I'm going to do a review on how it does in the snow. So let me start off with saying this vehicle does have smaller tires on it right now, which I am going to swap those out. I bought some brand new wheels and the tires came with it. They're fairly new. Actually really new, so I decided, I'm just gonna leave them for right now. So right now the snow they're not snow tires, or they're not anything specific, but so far in the snow, with the new wheels, new tires, I had bald tires and the old stock wheels and stuff. It really wasn't that great in the snow, but right now, like I said, I'm in the snow, I'm driving in it. That's why the video is so shaky, sorry about that. But I'm getting ready to brake on ice right now, so we'll see. Really smooth, really easy. So far the Nitro's done actually really great with the weather today. Like I said, let me see if I can show you the weather outside. So it is very snowy out right now. The streets aren't completely clear or anything, so there's actually a plow pulling up behind me. Yeah, so far, the vehicle's actually done really well in the snow. I haven't had any problems until recently. Here, hard acceleration. Yeah, so we didn't slide. So yeah, it's actually doing really good in the snow. Like I said, I've had the vehicle for a little bit over a year now. I had it in the snow when I first bought it. The tires were actually pretty good on it, so that wasn't really a problem. I never really slid, but as of recent, I've been questioning how the Nitro's been doing, because I didn't really think it was the tires played that big of a role, but they really did actually. So being in the snow right now, and again, sorry for all the shaking, I'm going to try to hold the camera a little bit. The road's really bumpy with the snow, and I'm just trying to, I'm actually going a little bit too faster than what I should be in the snow. But yeah, with the new tires, they do have the grooves on the side to, be better in the snow, to make it an all-season kind of tire, so it's good in here. Oh, we didn't slide. That's actually pretty good. That was a pretty sharp turn that normally kicked out when I was in the Nitro with the old tires and stuff. So all around, this is a pretty good snow vehicle for several reasons. One, it's a little bit higher off the ground. Two, the wheel wells have pretty good wheel well clearance. So when the snow builds up in the wheel wells, this one doesn't really get too packed. And I haven't run into that issue with it getting packed. I know my mom used to own a GMC Terrain, and one of her biggest complaints about that vehicle was the snow would get packed up in the wheel well and it would freeze and making it just, hard to drive, because when it turns into ice and you're trying to turn the tire, it's just hitting the ice. So yeah, that was kind of a pain in the butt for her. Like I said, so far this car hasn't done that to me. Haven't had that problem with the wheel wells getting full of snow. Also, like I said, it is higher off the ground, which makes it great. A little bit more clearance, a little bit, you can go off-roading with it for sure, but the whole point of this is with the snow, it does good in pretty good height of snow, up to like a foot. I've been in about a foot where it hasn't been plowed yet, and it does pretty good. So that's a that's a positive thing. It does have the anti-lock brakes. It also has the I can't think of the word, traction control. Sorry about that, brain fart. It does have traction control, and we're coming up to a stop right now. Yeah, no, it stops really good. And again, I think it also depends on what tires you have. Right now, like I said, I don't have snow tires on here, and if I did, this car would be completely phenomenal. It's also great because it is a little bit heavier. So with it being a little bit heavier, you know, it kind of digs down. Actually, I was in my neighborhood though, and I was in rear wheel drive, and I actually got out of my driveway, out of the slope in just, you know, 2-wheel drive, and just how it would be regularly without being 4-wheel. So it does do really good. In this kind of weather though, I would suggest 4-wheel. So when I was in the neighborhood, I put it in 4-wheel drive just to make sure, you know, I got good traction control, or good traction, not traction control. I have good traction. I don't want to slide, I don't want to hit anything. But all around, yeah, this car does pretty good in the snow. You know, I've been on ice so far, and on ice, you know, you really can't control that unless you have really, really, really expensive snow tires, which I know some people do. I know someone that has, each tire was like $200 just for snow tires, which is, you know, I think it's crazy, but to them, you know, she lives in the mountain and she drives a front wheel drive car, so she needs, she lives in Breckenridge, and she needs to have really good tires to, you know, grip really good. So she loves the snow tires, and I feel like if we had really good expensive snow tires on this car, it would do even better. But again, they're more expensive, and then if you do have specifically snow tires, you have to swap them off and on during, you know, summer and spring and all that kind of stuff. So I just go around with all seasonal tires. Like I said, these tires are all seasonal. They're smaller, but they seem to do the job, and the Nitro seems to actually be doing really good. Like I said, I've taken some turns, it hasn't really slid. I was in deeper snow because they don't plow my neighborhood, and we're getting quite a bit of snow here, so, you know, it got out of the driveway, it got out good, didn't get stuck in it. Like I said, it was just in rear wheel drive, so it backed out. My windows were covered in snow, so I went out and wiped them off and stuff. But yeah, all around, I think I'd give the Nitro an 8 out of 10. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 for in the snow is because, like I said, it is higher off the ground, but it's not completely really too high. So if you're in deeper snow, or like say the mountains where it snows a lot, you would want to put a lift kit on this car to get it a little bit higher up. And you know, once you do that, you need a little bit bigger tire, but that might make it worse off for the snow. But if you put a bigger tire on it that's meant for the snow, I think it'd still be great. The only other thing I really don't like about the Nitro in the snow is, actually that's really about it though. I mean, we haven't slid that much. The button's really nice. It's located right in your center console, so it's just like the twist. It's really easy to put in 4-wheel drive. Yeah, that's about it though. That's the only thing I would say is maybe a 2-inch lift kit or a leveling kit to get it up a little bit more just for deeper snow. Also that way, you know, you can get bigger wheels and tires on there for, you know, a little bit more aggressive tread. Maybe a more aggressive like snow tread would be good. Or if you go off-roading, it would be good to do like a mud tire, an off-roading tire. But yeah, I mean, so far, like I said, I'm in snow. That's why the video's so shaky. I'm going about 40 right now, and it's smooth sailing. Sometimes the wheel would pull with my old tires and stuff, but you know, I haven't had any problem. Like I said, my neighborhood wasn't plowed, and it did really good in the snow. So I think if you have the proper snow tire, or a proper tire, not like a track tire or like slicks or anything like that, this vehicle will do great for you in the snow. I personally like it. I used to have a Geo Tracker that I would drive as my work vehicle as a daily, and I don't really like that. That one I still didn't really trust it in the snow, even with newer tires. I put new tires on it, and I would slide pretty good. It didn't have, you know, traction control or any of that kind of stuff. It didn't have anti-lock brakes, so when you slid, you just kept going. I really didn't like that car in the snow. It wasn't, oh, hard stop. There goes a fire truck. Yeah, that's pretty good. I had to stop because the fire truck just pulled out. I wonder if I can show you. Probably won't be able to see him. Can't hear him either. No, but he went by. Yeah, so actually right then and there was a good example. I had to stop on the snow, and it stopped really good actually. So yeah, like I said, I'd give the vehicle an 8 out of 10 only because I personally, because like I said, I go to the mountains a lot, would like it to be a little bit taller, a little bit of a lift. Plan on doing that anyways, lifting it, maybe putting a little bit better all-seasonal tire on it, and this car would be easily a 10 out of 10 in the snow. Like I said, right now I just had to slam on the brakes. It did great. Getting out of the neighborhood, they don't plow, great. You know, the 4-wheel drive button, easy to get to. It's not like one of those where you have to get out and do the hubs, which is pretty much obsolete now. They don't do that anymore. But just a turn of a button right here. You know, don't have to put it in neutral. It's pretty good. So I do suggest if you're gonna put it in 4-wheel drive, be going minimum under 10. If not, if you're at a stoplight, that's the best time to do it. But yeah, honestly, this has been a great vehicle for in the snow. I haven't had any problems besides the tires. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for checking out the 303 Streets video. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do a lot more. As you can see, I don't know if you can actually see, the seats are blue. They used to be gray. Right back over there. So I'm working on a build, new radio. I'm gonna do a video on everything that I install in the car. So yeah, just stay tuned. I hope you found this video helpful. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.